Now, today we will be speaking about a complex topic, a very, very deep concept that has been with us for a long time, and very prevalent today. As a matter of fact, we're going to let our friend Malcolm explain it.
You have to read the history of slavery to understand this. There were two kinds of Negroes. There was that old house Negro and the field Negro. And the house Negro always looked out for his master. When the field Negroes got too much out of line, he held them back in check. He put them back on the plantation.
San Antonio back with another Blackout Friday. I want to appreciate everybody or send my thanks out to everybody who joined in, who tuned in last Friday. This Friday, we're going to try to bring another interesting story, keep y'all, captivated every step of the way. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, click that notification button so you can get the bell ding every time we post a video. Now, for today's Blackout topic, we will be speaking about Denmark Vesey. Denmark Vesey is a lost piece of history. He is not a Nat Turner or a Harriet Tubman. He is not mentioned often, so we shall bring him to the light. Vesey was born in the year 1767. No exact date was found by me, but that's of course according to the fact that he was born into slavery. Born a slave, sold off at the age of 14 to a Captain Joseph Vesey, who was a captain in the Bermuda Islands. When he was sold to this captain, that is where he started to develop skills. He started to learn to read, to write. The captain put a lot of trust in Vesey, and he used him for a lot of things to help him excel his slave trade business and things of that nature. So Vesey learned to speak many languages: English, Spanish, French. He became very literate at that time. He gained many skills, many crafts that he was able to take with him throughout his life. Now, Vesey spent all of his teenage years with Captain Joseph Vesey. He also moved with his family to Charleston, South Carolina, where he won $1,500 on a lottery ticket. At this time, Vesey was around 32. He used that money to buy his freedom. Actually, it was only $600, the amount of his freedom. He used the rest of the money to start up a business. He was a carpenter, so he started a carpenter business. Also, he was a founder of one of the first African-American churches in Charleston, South Carolina. Now, after his climb through the education, learning the different languages, learning to read, to write, all the things that he was not supposed to be learning, then he found himself a wife. Now, his wife was still enslaved. Being that she was enslaved and Vesey bought his freedom, he figured he could do the same thing with his wife. But he ran into a roadblock, being that the slave owner refused to sell the freedom of his wife or his children. This enraged Vesey. He loathed that slave owner. He loathed many slave owners, and now was feeling the full grunt, the full oppression of slavery through his family that he could not free. Now, with all that rage bubbling up due to the fact that he couldn't buy his wife's freedom, his children's freedom, instead of just getting mad, huffing, puffing, going on about his business, he started to devise a plot in order to free all of the slaves in Charleston, South Carolina. Now, at that time, because of the greed of the white folks and all the labor that they wanted, there was more black people in Charleston, South Carolina than white folks. Vesey was very aware of that and decided to use that to his advantage. Now, to the drawing board. Vesey, being the founder of the church, he used the church to hold secret meetings. He held these secret meetings, using these to recruit more people. Also, spreading the word, spreading the plan, which is to commandeer all of the weapons depots. Once they got their hands on the weapons, then they are going to take out the plantation owners. After freeing all the slaves, they shall commandeer a ship sell their way back to Haiti, who had just recently won their independence in 1804, and then they're home free. Now, after spreading the word, getting the knowledge out to everybody, of course, everybody's not for the cause. Word spread. It touched the ears of a man named Joe LaRoche, who spread the knowledge to another man named George Wilson. They tried to spread the knowledge, they was with it. They eventually met a man named Rollo Bennett, who talked them out of the idea and said, you should tell your master. That is how the conspiracy or the revolt was broken down. As far as house Negroes, LaRoche, Wilson, Bennett, they make that list. Field Negroes, Toussaint, Vesey, Turner, they make that list. Now tell me, which are you?
And today you still have house Negroes and field Negroes. I'm a field Negro.
Now, with Vesey being aware of the climate of the way things were going, he was also very aware that this knowledge may have gotten to the wrong hands and the wrong people may have been aware of the plan. He originally planned to go June 13th, but after he found out that some of his plans leaked, he pushed that back to July 14th. But while he was trying to wait out and hide and duck because they were after him, he got caught. On July 2nd, 1822, Denmark Vesey was caught. They had a secret trial and he was executed the same day. All because some house Negro. And that is the conclusion of Blackout Fridays. I hope y'all enjoyed this entertaining and yet educational video. We're gonna continue to bring these little bits of knowledge to y'all every chance we get. So please stay tuned in and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
During slavery, when black people like me talked to the slaves, they didn't kill him. They sent some old house Negro along behind him to undo what he said.